Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Judy from Discover Your Style, and I'd like to welcome you to join us on this conversation. What accessories say about our personal style? Why is that even a question to consider? Well, think about this with me for a moment. When you're walking down the street and you pass someone, it might be even just a glance, but you say to yourself, man, that person's got some great style. Why do you say that? It's because they possess a cause that leaves you with that effect. And that's three things. Confidence, which we discussed at length in the previous videos. And if you're joining us today, feel free to check those videos out. Originality, which means they don't necessarily go along with every trend that's out there. They may look at a trend, but see how they can adapt it to their personal style, and also be confident enough to leave it out if it doesn't fit with their aesthetics. And then that brings us to self-expression. Self-expression is where our accessories come in. It's what leaves a stamp on our personal style. Yes, there's many types of accessories, but today we're just going to focus on jewelry. Now, in my previous video on how to look your best on Zoom, I did touch on the subject, but today I'd like to dig in a little bit deeper and talk about three important things we need to consider when choosing jewelry. And that is our personality, the care, and the scale. So thinking about your personality, it's important when you're starting off figuring out your personal style that I know the comfort zone area would be to be current, and that's important when you're building your confidence. You want to feel that you're at least being current in the circumstance in which you find yourself in, and that's true. Think about your personal style and then translate it into your jewelry. So if you love whimsical and fun, then look for whimsical and fun pieces. If you like classic pieces, but you want to be current, then look for the stone or the type of jewelry that you like on its classic, but look for it in its updated version. For myself, I enjoy pieces that have history. So you could say I love vintage pieces, classic vintage for sure. That's your style? Well, then consider that when choosing your jewelry. It's an investment whenever you do buy a piece that's more expensive. But if you like to change up your pieces pretty often, then you want to take that into consideration, because you don't want to be buying a piece today and not feeling it tomorrow. So keep your personality in mind. You may want to spend a little bit more money on a quality piece so that you can have it for an extended period of time. So those are some things to consider. Care. Now, a great girlfriend of mine, she loves fine jewelry, and so she would tend to wear pieces within the gold and silver iterations. If you choose those kinds of pieces, they are also an investment, so you want to be able to take care of those in a way that you can hold on to them for long periods of time. So for instance, silver. Silver, as we know, can tarnish over time, especially if you're not wearing it and it's kind of just sitting there or tucked into a drawer. So the best way to look after your silver pieces is to keep them away from air. And this is not a glamorous solution, but it certainly has worked for me. And that is putting it in a Ziploc. So this ring I have here is in silver, and I love it, so I want to keep it for a long time. So I do store it in this Ziploc when I'm not wearing it, and that's the piece that I choose to wear. And it avoids it from getting tarnished, and of course leaves a statement. Taking care of your pieces, making sure they're stored well, and that they're not stuck in a box all tangled up, intertwined between each other, where when you're going to choose it, you have to struggle to unwind them and you end up giving up. But let's think about scale. If your neck is not swan-like in length, an average length like myself, you'd want to be mindful of how big pieces of jewelry that you'd feel comfortable putting around your neck. So you could see that this bead is a small size bead. You could go bigger. So you want to make sure that the scale is proportioned to your height, the area in which you're displaying that jewelry, and it's not distracting or taking away from anything that you're choosing to wear. You remember, your jewelry wants to add to your personal style. We don't want it to be the feature. We still want to see you. We still want to see your beautiful smile. We want to see, well, especially on Zoom when we're doing these things, or if we're social distancing and you can't see each other without the mask, we want to be able to see as much of you as possible. So jewelry is there to enhance your personality and to bring out those certain quirks that you want to bring out, but not to distract by any means. So tell me, what type of jewelry do you like to wear? And what are your favorite pieces? Are they tied to a story, some history behind it? Do you often wear jewelry, or is it something that you just choose not to add to your personal style? And that's perfectly fine too. But what I want you to think about is, when you do put on a piece, don't think of it as an afterthought, or it's just here, so let me stick this on. Make it purposeful. Put some thought into it. And so when you are wearing that piece, you're making a conscious choice to express your style and leave a statement behind. Thanks for joining me today. If you haven't yet subscribed, please press that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and hopefully you'll join us on the next conversation.